I'm gonna take y'all along with me on my post Hurricane Debbie egg collection, which I keep wanting to call Hurricane Idalia because both of those hurricanes totally wasted us where I'm located in Florida. Which brings me to the other part of this that you guys, some of you are not gonna be happy about, because here's the thing. I have not collected eggs since Tuesday, and I am not gonna be able to keep any of these eggs. For reference, today is Thursday, and what happened was the hurricane was Monday. Tuesday I came out and was able to get everybody water, but everything was still just so nasty and so stressful that I didn't collect eggs. So I didn't collect eggs Tuesday, I didn't collect eggs yesterday, and today is Thursday. And as you know, I'm in North Central Florida. These are beautiful. And it is very hot, like so hot that these, ooh, how pretty, man, what a bummer to waste these. And that's just from our first coop. Okay, so like so hot here that it was 91 degrees at 10 o'clock this morning. So you should know what I'm getting at. These eggs will start developing in the nesting boxes. Theoretically, could I take them home and crack them open and like eat them? Sure, but I'm not gonna take that risk of cracking open an egg and like potentially seeing blood in there. Are you? OMG, wait till you see these. This is olive pen number 2. This pen in here, I have an Americana rooster over brown layers and green layers. Wow, this is a very nice egg basket. I'm not sure if I want to keep moving forward with my lavender and black split Americanas. These are their eggs. Yes, I know that they're very pale. They look almost white, honestly, compared to the other colors in there. A lot of that just has to do with where we're at in the laying season and where we're at in the summer. It's really normal to see like lighter egg color fluctuations at this point in the year. But some of you know that I'm also working with silver Americanas. I'm also working with wheaten Americanas, and I'm also working with Isabel Americanas. Man, olives do not disappoint around here. Ooh, I forgot one next door. And then additionally to that trifecta of Americana colors, I was able to pick up some silver well summers this year, which I like. Oh, and the wheaten Moran. And so I just had the opportunity to start working with some birds and some colors this year that I am really excited about. And I think that I would prefer to use that pen that my lavenders are in for a different project. Oof, I am very sad to report that I just opened up a nesting box off camera because Hank walked up and I was talking to him, and I found one of my favorite hens deceased. A few things could have happened. She was broody, so it's very possible that she just got too hot in there and died of a heat stroke. It's very possible that she died of stress from the hurricane. All of her eggs were gone. So one thing that I've seen happen sometimes with broody hens when like really big storms like that come through is I've seen broody hens eat all of their eggs. Like I think it's just like a stress nature thing that happens. So all of the eggs were gone. So either she ate all of the eggs, the chickens ate all of the eggs, like stress happened and that theory is correct, or maybe a snake came in and took all those eggs and maybe she got into a tussle with the snake and that's what cost her life. In any case, I'm really sad. She was one of my favorite hens. She laid these beautiful heavy bloomed olive eggs. So make that 3 casualties that I had to this storm. I lost 2 of my youngest chicks. The rains were just too much, and I believe they either got trampled by the bigger birds or they got like stuck in the mud in the flooding and they just couldn't escape. And then my sweet olive egger, oh, I hate that. You know, considering the amount of chickens that I keep out here, I really don't experience that many losses. The most frequent losses that I have out here, of course, are my free range chickens because I'm in the middle of the woods and there are predators out here. But if I'm being really honest with y'all, part of the job of my free range chickens and my free range roosters in particular is to guard the rest of the coops out here. They are my first line of defense against predators coming into my breeding pens. Check out my up and coming Moran's rooster. My Don Juan protege, if you will. Man, his color isn't even really capturing. Oh, there he is. There he goes. He's so beautiful. Look at him. I am very excited about him. Excuse me, sir, could you move? We would like to get a good look at you for the fans. Yes. See, Don Juan is a total stud, but really when it comes to the standard, he could be a little deeper in body, and his color really is more on the mahogany side, whereas this guy has that nice, like, illustrious copper. And as you can see, he's already got a little girlfriend too. Good, because she could use your help, sir. She could use some more copper in there. The Morants have started to lay really well again. See what's happened. Ow! Ow! That was ouch, ma'am! Stop that! Jesus. Unbelievable. We're starting to come back into that special time of year, like right between summer and molting season, where the chickens are about to start laying again. Where some of us may feel really inclined to do fall hatches. I am actually considering setting a bunch of eggs at the beginning of August and hatching chicks to sell and ship. Of course, those chicks will be offered to members of my Patreon, as always, first. The trick to fall hatches is knowing your climate and knowing that your chicks are going to be grown out and feathered out enough to be outside before winter and those cooler temperature hits. I would suggest having them be fully feathered to usually it's 6 weeks, but I would say like 8 to 10 weeks old before your temperatures reach below 50 at night. Like for birds who are going to be outside anyways. We don't really have to worry about that down here in Florida. We probably have until really end of November. Our cold months here really tend to be like January and February. Have you guys jumped onto the American breast train yet? Because look at these birds. Aren't they beautiful? And these guys just started laying and they are laying up a storm. American breasts are dual purpose birds. They can be harvested for meat, or if you don't have the balls to harvest them, they can live out perfectly healthy, happy, normal lives and be really good production egg layers for you. They are a very happy medium for somebody who is like just getting started with the idea of meat birds, and maybe who was like really previously a pet bird owner and is not sure if they have what it takes to do the harvesting, but they really want to maybe like know where their food comes from and eat better and like be able to provide for their family in the case of like certain events that are surely coming, right? And then we have the Wheaten Americanas. He is blue Wheaten, and here we have a younger Wheaten cockerel. See, their eggs are pretty light in color right now too. It really has to do with the time of year and where we're in the laying season. Look at all these eggs, y'all. It really is kind of a shame I'm about to waste them, huh? Won't be totally wasted. I'm sure some animal out here will be very happy to have them. Do you think it's as dangerous to have a favorite chicken pen as it is to have like a favorite? You know not to choose favorite chickens, right? Like, you know what happens when we choose favorite chickens. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want to jinx anyone. But I think maybe if it's okay to claim a favorite chicken pen, then I have one. But if it is potentially hazardous to the chicken pen, then this definitely isn't one of my favorite chicken pens. Did you guess that it was going to be the Bantam Cochin pen, who are also acting as my surrogate mothers this year, just like the Silkies normally do? Here's the little baby Wheaten chicks who are doing really well. They all made it through the storm just well. This is one of my favorites growing out this year from my Calico Cochin pen. One of my favorites, not the favorite. I love her coloring too. I love you guys. Look at him. He's a beautiful boy. He's an up-and-comer, still filling out. And then we have this broody ma right here. The trick to broody hens is to mark the eggs that are underneath them so you know which ones to collect every day. Really, the Cochins and the Silkies aren't laying really well right now. They finally reached their breaking point where they're just hot and uncomfortable. Honestly, I feel y'all. Okay, and in the Silky pen, again, I don't have favorites, but let me show you some of these chickens. Look at this guy. He's up and coming. His color is called red. I'm new to the color red. I exchanged some eggs this season from Sweet Southern Silkies, and he is one that hatched from her eggs, as did this lovely lady right here and this lovely lady right here. It's hard to get a completely accurate picture of like how beautiful they are because they're like holding out their wings, they're hot, they're panting, but like I am very impressed with these birds, and anybody who's been looking for Silkies, I would absolutely suggest Sweet Southern Silkies. This is one of mine right here. She's one of mine. She's one of my favorite OG hens who has definitely slowed down on laying over the years, but I just can't quit on her. In my experience, hens lay much longer than 2 years. Normally what happens is sometimes after 2 years, they will start to slow down. But I think that whole mindset of like hens stop laying at 2 years is for like, I hate to say lower quality, maybe like hatchery quality, production stock, where those kinds of things aren't paid attention to. And this is where we're at. with today's egg collection. It was a pretty big one considering it's summer, but also it was what, like 2 to 3 days worth of eggs? Now here's the real question. Do you think that I should carefully dump these eggs in the woods somewhere, or should I throw them? You guys are a bunch of savages. I'm not just gonna throw them. Then nothing will even be able to eat them because they'll just be busted open everywhere. I'm just gonna carefully place them, and then the critters can come take them and bring them home to the other critters or whatever.